He said quite a bit, and I agree with most of what he said because, he spoke passionately. Because if you're in this industry, you realize that you're dealing with lives, and that even though you're dealing with some specific students, these are people who tomorrow can determine how your life will go, and how your children's lives will go, and how everything, all of us are affected. So it's a really sensitive thing, and I like that he mentioned funding and infrastructure. For private schools, funding infrastructure is a function of who owns that school. But there is this factor which I mentioned, which is the quality of teachers. He said something about a nation not going above the quality of education. I would also step it down and say that often you can't go beyond your teacher. And so that's the reason why you find some people who you engage with, you see they're intelligent, you see they have this, they have that, but you find that sometimes they can't even express their thoughts properly. It is not that they do not understand the concepts, but when you dig a little deeper, you find that their educational background is to blame. So that perhaps they didn't have an English teacher, for instance, and for now English is still the major lingua franca, and then they find themselves in a position where they need to communicate ideas, train people, but they're obviously handicapped. So for me, one thing that has become a problem is the quality of teachers. People would assume, oh, there's so many people who don't have jobs. If you have a vacancy, you fill it like this. Then you advertise and you ask people to come in, and it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. You are searching for that teacher who will help you deliver on the goods, and you just find a lot of people who are poor quality. Often you have to pick the best out of what is available. And so if education is going to be what it should be, whether you're talking nursery, primary, or even tertiary education, because like he said, you have people who have PhDs that they don't even know what it is. They can't. I mean, someone was saying you have somebody who's a PhD mechanical engineering, but every time his car breaks down, he doesn't even know what the first aid is. He has to go to somebody who's grimy and covered to tell him that's what's wrong with it. So that's quality of teachers. Quality of teachers. It's a major challenge that we have right now.
And this has